For In the News TV Daily, 6ix9ine is currently being housed in a tight private location as his trial starts tomorrow. The big day is here, you guys. Now here is what it's like to be 6ix9ine the night before. We talk about his circumstances as a government informant and what his location looks like while he's locked up. Now like the video and subscribe, and if you're looking for updated news on 6ix9ine, make sure you have the bell notifications on, because when things go live tomorrow, you'll be the first to hear about the court transcripts and news with the 6ix9ine case. Let's get into the news.
I'm in the news with it.
Now for the past week, things are starting to heat up for the whole 6ix9ine case. This includes himself and his crew by the name of Treyway out of Brooklyn. Just this past week, we have reported that his family is being in trouble for telling, and now they can't even attend his trial. We talked about the actual snitching testimony that was revealed by the prosecutors, as well as the news of his old manager slash best friend slash protect Treyway, or Shotty, getting 15 years from the whole situation. Now just a few months ago, 6ix9ine made a statement to the public that he thinks he's going to be set free and he'll be outside very soon. Before everything was said and done, this is a few months ago, 6ix9ine thought he was going to get out before the year was up. Now this is not necessarily, his statement might not be wrong and it might be wrong. He came out and said that he was going to tell on the very people who helped him and protected him in the streets when he was at the height of his career. In this whole 6ix9ine situation, every other person included in the situation has pled guilty on the federal case except two people. Tekashi's attorney Don Floro said that if the other people in this case, that 6ix9ine's trial will be called off, and they were hoping the judge would grant him some time served and he would get out that same time, since he's been locked up since November of 2018. But since the two other defendants took their cases to trial, the grant from the judge might be out of the question. Now as of now, Tekashi is facing 42 years. Now just when that incident happened and they had all the charges and they were talking about the minimum and the maximum sentences, when Tekashi actually got locked up, now people were starting to write him off, and they didn't think he was going to snitch, so they were pretty much writing him off, saying that he was a minimum of actually 47 years and then a max of life. So people was writing him off. They were saying that 6ix9ine is going to hold it down, he's not going to snitch, he's going to live by the words that he actually rapped about and spoke about. Now the cases have turned around. People have been making emojis about him being a rat, about him telling. I know you guys seen the meme when he's like, he's in court and they're showing him talking and he's like, well, did you guys hear about such and such? Did you guys hear about this person doing that person? And it's pretty much been an ongoing joke about 6ix9ine being a rat. Now, my thing about this situation or this case is, if everyone would have kept their mouth shut, a lot of people would have got less of time and it wouldn't have affected so many people in their situations. A lot of people think, okay, that person's gone away for 15 years, and that's just that. But you got to understand, these people have kids, family, friends, mothers, fathers, everybody's affected. So it's just not, you got to think, if 6ix9ine is snitching, he's messing up lives, not just his own family, but a whole lot of people, probably 30 to 50 people, depending on how many people he's actually telling on. If he would have kept his mouth shut, he would have saved a lot of families and he would have saved a lot of years from these guys. But it looks like he's every man for himself, and 6ix9ine is definitely not living by that street code that everybody talks about, where you don't rat, you don't snitch. But it seems like around this time in this day of age, everybody's telling, everybody wants to get back home, they want to get back on social media, they want to get back to their girls or guys, whatever the case may be. So who am I to actually judge him? But that's what it is. Now a few months after Tekashi came with his plea deal, and according to the deal, he gets a short sentence and witness protection. His charges definitely have been decreased. Like I said, when he first got locked up, they had him with 9 cases or 9 charges. Now they're just trying to get it to 1. Just with 1 charge of that small charge, they're saying that it will give him mandatory minimum. So they're saying that the amount can be from the teens or between around 6 to 10 years. So I said that to say this is no really truth or how long 6ix9ine will get. He could get out after the trial, or he could get out 6 to 10 years, or even 10 plus years. Now who knows what's going on. Now with the 6ix9ine case, to be real, it seems very strange when it comes to Tekashi. Now maybe because he's telling on his friends, but the only photo we've seen of 6ix9ine since he's been locked up, it was the picture of him and his girlfriend Jade. Now we've seen numerous of Treyway people on social media. We've even seen people on live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, talking to their fans and friends and just catching up, and even their family, just catching up on a lot of situations. Now that was not the case with 6ix9ine. Now even though he's been on phone calls and people actually on the phone, Tekashi hasn't really spoke out to the public in a way. Now, all of his fans would think he would be reaching out, kind of recording when he's not supposed to be recording, talking when he's not supposed to be talking, but he's definitely not doing it. Now, Tekashi was the king of the internet. I mean, even looking back on social media now on his page, all of his videos that he posted were getting over 1 million views each time. So it's definitely out of the ordinary for him just not to be online talking his talk, even behind the walls. Now, maybe a part of his agreement with the feds is that he can't talk to his fans, or he can't even talk publicly. Now, who knows if he actually gets out that he can even talk publicly or be on social media. They can restrict him from doing that, and if he does do it, they can violate him and put him back away, if that's the case. Now we fast forward till today. 6ix9ine is in even more trouble than ever. Now, the U.S. attorney has made a public statement on how exactly the rapper will help the government take his old friends down. According to the reports, his security behind bars isn't going to change not one bit. The feds already have 6ix9ine in a safe and secure location, and he's been at that location for almost a year. His current location has informants, so Tekashi is feeling right at home. Now, believe it or not, it's a lot of government informants that are hiding for their safety, because sometimes the people that they're telling on have a long reach. Now, according to the research, the facility where 6ix9ine is currently locked up, they are required to spend all of their time together. No other inmates besides the informants are allowed. They have a central location where they have the tables for the informants to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's strictly a catering-in unit. The food carts come and go all day. Along with that, they have exercise equipment and a TV in the common area. According to the reports, the informants have to sleep in a dormitory setting. They all sleep in an open without a cell. Since this makes sense, since the informants are at a high risk for danger, it would make sense that they're all out in the open 24/7, because you got to think, some people are informants, but some people can change their mind, and then they could be working with the people that they actually snitched on, or they can be working with some people that's working with some people that want to do something to their rival inmates. So it makes sense that they're all open, out in the open, and no one's in their cell, and you really can't see what's going on with that situation. And for some reason, man, I could just envision 6ix9ine locked up in the feds. Even though he's in a snitch unit or when the informant's at, I could just see him being funny and just still cracking jokes and being that funny dude or that funny kid like he calls himself. Just cracking jokes, probably pranking people and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, he's in there with people as dangerous as him, but at the end of the day, I think they don't look at themselves. I don't think they're as dangerous as we think they are, because they're snitching. I mean, you're snitching. Who knows? I mean, maybe you are like that, but if you're snitching, it kind of takes a lot away from your situation or your rep. So 6ix9ine's probably in there like a kid in a candy store, a kid in high school, just trying to tell stories about who he had, what he did, what was going on, once he gets out, what he's going to do, how much he made, how much he's going to make when he gets out. So that's what I really think how 6ix9ine is moving while he's currently locked up. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think he's humble? Do you think this is a humbling experience for 6ix9ine, or do you think it's kind of just an ego boost? Because at the end of the day, if he gets out, let's say he gets out at the end of, if he gets out the beginning of October, his rep and his confidence is going to be so high. You got to think how hard it is to actually beat a Fed case. Even though he's snitching, just for him to see the light after all of those charges and see his peers actually getting charged, he's probably going to have an ego boost. And then of course he'll have that ego boost at first, but then things will start to dwindle down once it shows who's with him and who's not with him. Like I always say in these videos, I say people are going to support him, and then after a while they're going to get tired of him because he has that bad rep of being an informant. And I'm telling you guys, the news with 6ix9ine is going to be a lot of coverage. It's going to be a lot of stories. It's going to be a lot of rumors, a lot of reporting. Now my thing is, I think his court case is Monday morning, but obviously a lot of people are going to show up, so it'll probably start around 2 to 3 p.m. so you guys make sure you're on the lookout. But me, honestly, me just being curious, I wonder if his girlfriend or alleged girlfriends, do you think his baby mama's going to show up? Who do you think is actually going to show up? Of course his people can't come, his family, his immediate family, but do you think like old friends, like the guys that were his true friends before he actually became 6ix9ine, do you think they'll show up? Honestly, I think they'll show up. People that don't know. And do you think those people are actually safe? Do you think the old friends, do you think his baby mama, do you think his daughter, do you think they're safe? Or do you think, so now that tomorrow is the big day, how do you feel about 6ix9ine in the whole case? Do you think he's gonna get out? Now, do you think he's gonna get any rest before the actual trial tomorrow? Do you think he's gonna be that confident kid that was in the front of the cameras a few months ago? Do you think if he gets released, do you think he will stay away from social media, or do you think he'll go above and beyond on the camera for the clout? Let me know in the comments below, vote at the top right of this video, and make sure you like the video on the way out and share the link with a friend. We'll talk all about it tomorrow. I have some good information for y'all. Thanks so much. I'm in the news with it. I'll catch you on the next one.